Have you ever found yourself wide awake, staring at the inside of your eyelids, asking yourself, why am I still awake? Shouldn't I be on my second dream by now? Well, studies state that roughly 30% of adults in the US face symptoms of insomnia. I too have caught myself in this situation. Many of us spend our nights tossing and turning, wondering why our sleep feels like it took off without us on board. I'm sure you heard about how the light from our smartphones affects our ability to fall asleep. Yet there's something even more disruptive about our phones that some people are not aware of. It has something to do with how close our phones are to us when we fall asleep. If you stick around until the end, I promise you'll think twice about tucking your phone in bed with you. It's incredible how many screens we come across day by day. If we could count how many devices with screens that you own, the numbers would steadily climb. As adults, it wouldn't be crazy to assume that we have about 4 screens that we come in contact with on the daily. With the success of YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, and all the other conglomerates, the usage of these media apps are at an all-time high, of which I'm truly grateful to have you here. But let's face it, we just can't resist their charm. The amazing advancements in screen technologies makes it easier to enjoy our favorite shows and videos. While it may seem harmless to scroll away into the abyss of cat videos, it's hard to believe that this small screen is capable of hurting us. The problem lies when we use our devices right before sleep. The dopamine rush we get from these apps and videos is one thing, but on the other hand, the artificial light that hits our eyes can greatly affect how soon we fall asleep. Little do you know about how our phones communicate with the internet. The wireless signals from your phones are just downright bad. In 2020, a study shown by the National Center for Biotechnology, NCBI for short, installed apps on a few participants' smartphones. They tracked how much and by what time they had used it. And guess when we're most attached to our phones? Yup, right before bed, cuddling with our phones instead of a good old pillow. We know how important a good night's sleep is. It's the magic sauce that keeps us rocking day by day. But this is not the only thing that's messing with our sleep. Having your phone within arm's length while snoozing could be doing more harm than we ever thought. Imagine leveling up your nightly routine with something that feeds your brain through different senses. Audible by Amazon is able to do just that by giving your ears the workload, freeing your eyes for other tasks. Audible books such as Sleeping with Your Smartphone by Leslie A. offers insight on how individuals like you can start improving their personal and professional lives by simply limiting the use of devices. There's also the Cancer and EMF Radiation by Brandon LaGreca, which explores the link between and beyond what we're discussing here today. You can't go wrong with any of the choices you find on Audible. There's over 200,000 to choose from. My viewers will get 2 free Audible books for Prime members and 1 for non-Prime. The trial is free for the first month. Feel free to cancel at any time. This is an affiliate deal, not sponsored. Let me let you in on a little secret. If you haven't noticed before, behind our screens, there's a feature on all of our modern electronics that lets you adjust the color of the screen. And no, I'm not talking about brightness or contrast. Depending on the company, they tend to use different names. Apple calls it night shift, Microsoft calls it night light. Android may sometimes refer to it as blue light filter, which in my opinion is the best name. It helps remove some of the blue light that our high-tech screens give off, letting you control how yellow you want the screen. And without getting too technical, our phones by default are emitting a color of 6500K. This is what disrupts the melatonin production we spoke about earlier. In the daytime, this should be fine without adjustment, but as soon as the sun starts going down, one should aim for about 4000K, and anything under 3700K should be used for nighttime use. To get this desired strength, set it to about 40%, and anything over would be going under 4000K. It basically gets more yellow. This may help you in reducing eye fatigue and overall damage from too much screen use. It may even help you sleep a bit if you can't resist using your phone at night. Chances are, if you're using your phone with the lights off, once you're done with it, you put it on a charger. And that's usually next to your bed. You feel a sense of relief, happiness knowing that your battery will be at 100% in the morning. You're such a champ, aren't you? Well, guess what? If your phone is as close as 3 feet to you, specifically your head, it can really mess with not only your sleep, but your health. We tend to forget how powerful our new devices are. Remember that 5G freakout we had just a few years ago? The reality is that there was some truth to it after all. Without getting into conspiracies, when we're connected to 5G or even 4G LTE, the phone uses a lot more energy. The frequency tends to be a lot stronger, penetrating anything that's in its path. And guess what? You're usually the victim of being in its way. It's a shame we aren't made out of metal. The signal penetrates our body and reaches our phones. While the best case scenario is to have no phone, our bodies are adapting and we may be developing a tolerance. But I'm telling you, the 4G and 5G signals from our phone providers can potentially be more disruptive than the ones from your Wi-Fi. If you sleep next to your phone while being connected through a cell phone tower, you dream some weird stuff. It's happened to me a handful of times. I'm not recommending it, but if you'd like to try it as an experiment, you could see for yourself. Take a nap, not a full sleep session. Type in the comments below what you experienced if you try this out. If you could learn anything from this video, just do yourself a favor and charge your phone further away from your bed. I don't mean to scare you, but let's finish this conversation with this study done by the National Institute of Health, NIH for short, discovered that rats who were exposed to radiation for about 9 hours a day with 10 minutes on and off sessions for 2 years developed tumors. That's right, tumors. This is something I'm trying to save you from. You're more than just a viewer, but family. Let's give these rats a moment of silence for dedicating their lives to us. While this study may have been concentrated, the rats were exposed to about 2 to 10 times what we're exposed to. And with just about 4.5 hours of total radiation exposure a day, it's safe to assume that this can be just as bad for us. There's a chart that I will link below that shows just how much radiation our phones give out, and it's updated pretty frequently. I regret to inform you that every year, this number goes up about 2% of its previous generation. I started making this video as an informational one, but now I'll admit, it's a call for action. I really want you to stop charging your phones next to your bed. Keep it as far as possible. If you can put it at the opposite end of your room, it may even be 100 times better. If you use it as an alarm, it'll help you get up in the morning and keep those zesty radiating energies away from you. If you'd like to find out more about radiation from radio frequencies, let me know in the comments below. I have an RF meter that I'd love to put to use. As we begin wrapping up our take, let's acknowledge that awareness is key in all that I have presented to you today. I myself can't help but use my phone in the night as well. I reduce the negative effects on my screen by lowering the brightness to nearly 5%. This can also be done on TVs, as well as turning on the night mode. Once I'm all done with it, I put it to charge, and I make sure to keep it as far as possible from my bed. While research states that 3 feet should be the minimum distance while sleeping, I believe it's just best practice to get up and put it on the opposite side of where you're sleeping, aiming for a minimum of 5 feet. If you made it this far, I hope you got something out of all of this. We aim to inform and invite you to watch our future videos, where we'll continue to unravel the complexities of our technological lives. Stay safe, stay sharp, and in tune for our next drop.